Hello everyone and welcome to Cabernet, a game, I think, about being a vampire, hence the red wine kind of design there, and presumably the blood coming out of the mouth. Killed a rabbit, how could you? And I believe it's going to deal with the moral side of things. You know, as a vampire you need to feed, and its question is how far do you could go in terms of killing people or convincing people to kill themselves, or finding other ways to get your blood which may not be morally correct. And this is just the demo, but that sounds interesting to me. Comes out I think on the 20th of February, so let's give this a go. That's a pretty cool little animation there with the snake and the wine bottle. I like things with tough decisions and tough choices, and this might be something like that as well. Eastern Europe, end of the 19th century. It's a pretty art style.
Thank you all for coming here today to say goodbye to my Liza. I never thought I would bury my own daughter, my own blood, my pride, yet I can't do this. God, please say something. I just can't.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Liza. If I may, I won't dwell on the circumstances of her tragic death today. Instead, I'd like us to celebrate her life. Despite her obvious calling for medicine, when she was little, I always thought she would become...
Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to give us some stats. A musician, a writer, a doctor, a politician. I don't know what any of these things do. Let's go for a musician.
A famous musician.
Okay, so arts and music knowledge has increased.
You should have seen her with her fiddle when she was only 5. The instrument was half her size. But when she played, oh Lord, did your heart start filling up. Such a bright girl. Always a top student. Always the pride of her parents by the time she graduated.
So that's a written word or scientific mind. I feel let's go all in on kind of arts and culture.
Liza must have read every book there was in the school's library. To my shame, I'm not so well read myself, but she used to teach me about all the classics. That served me very well at dinner parties. I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first women to achieve that in the whole country, if someone deserved that honor, it was our Liza. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student.
A passionate artist or a true friend? Let's go with passionate artist.
Her violin talents aside, what everybody truly knew her by was her artistic nature and angelic voice. Do you remember her summer night performances at the cabin? Her singing, no matter the song, time or place, it felt like it spoke to you alone. Haunting, otherworldly, beautiful. She was my favorite niece. Let us raise a glass to her.
As long as it's not blood.
Pour some vodka for Korda, too. He is old enough to send his sister off. A piece of my soul went into the ground with her today, as I'm sure did many of yours. Let those pieces help Liza, wherever she is now. To Liza.
That's interesting, but it doesn't say Liza on the gravestone, so I'm curious. And I'm guessing we're not actually dead, I'm guessing we're just a vampire.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep. My mother used to sing me this lullaby to comfort me. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had in my entire life. I had a disturbing dream that a string was coming out of my mouth. When I started pulling it, I realized that it came from all the way down my throat, buried somewhere deep in my body. I kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for fear of burning myself with friction. Finally, the whole string was out. I felt relieved, but also strangely empty. I realized that I was in my bed, with my mother sitting beside me, crying. I didn't know why she was in tears, but I knew it was my fault.
Yeah, as expected, we're not dead.
Dear Lord. Mom? Cola?
I don't think Mum's around.
My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Like I slept for days.
Yeah, I think Mum's not around, because we're definitely a vampire.
I can't see further than my own fingers. I should take the lamp with me. Either this is a nightmare, or I'm in hell.
Possibly both.
This feels too real to be a dream.
An old but reliable kerosene lamp.
My medical journal from the academy, and my family medallion. Who could have brought this here?
Okay, a handcrafted sterling silver medallion gifted to Liza by her father. We need to escape. That'll be our main job, I would imagine. Escape the chamber.
Locked.
Call for help.
Hello? Anyone?
Again?
Please help. I'm stuck here.
Third time lucky?
Anyone! It's no use.
Okay, no luck there.
Lilies of the valley. My favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here. Hello? Who is this? I'm locked inside. Please help.
Back to the door. You still there?
Are you still there? Maybe you can't talk? Please knock twice for yes and once for no.
Can't talk, fine.
Thank goodness. Can you help me open the door?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just because he can open, or they can open the door, doesn't mean they will.
Will you help me?
No.
What is it that you want from me?
We can't talk, so they can't talk, so I don't know what you expect as an answer. Treatment?
I'm a doctor by trade. I can heal you if you're sick, or come on call anytime, day or night.
No. A favour?
Don't have much, but I can owe you a favor?
That might work. Yes.
Then it's settled. Whoever you are, do you hear me? If you open this door, I Yelizaveta Morozova will be in your debt.
That may not be a good thing. Here we go.
Ah!
Exhales in pain.
What the hell is this? My shoulder just felt like it was burning up.
You're a
I
vampire.
can't see anything from this angle. I should check up on it later.
I presume the door is now open, though.
It's open. No one. What have I gotten myself into?
We escape the chamber. Okay. Any experience points increases your rank, allowing you to upgrade your skills. Press plus or minus next to the skill you'd like to modify. Once you finish distributing all the points, press accept changes. Okay, so we've got 5 points. We're pretty good at music and arts already. I'm going to go up to 15 with music and arts because I feel like that might really help us in certain situations. And we will put some into science and logic as well as history and politics. Your vampire rank has increased. New objective, seek a way
Hello?
out.
Can anybody hear me?
Some rats. And a family portrait of some
What
kind.
a peculiar painting.
Study expressions because we have enough art skill to do so.
Husband and wife in the picture don't look very happy. If I had to guess, I'd say it wasn't the perfect marriage. Husband and wife in the... If I
Fine. We can't examine the people, we don't have enough skin history. But we're learning a bit of information and gaining experience, which is good. Can't do anything at that door.
It smells like death here.
Of course, you're a
There's
vampire.
someone's money in here. I could live on this for a week.
We're going to leave the money.
Tempting, but
Aha, here we go. Liza's morality is still shaping. Certain choices will provide you with humanity or nihilism points. Some choices will only become available to Liza after she reaches certain
I
levels.
can't take what isn't mine.
We're a vampire, we don't need money anymore. I'm not opposed to doing dark things, but vampires don't need money, surely. Jump scare?
The mirror is covered by a sheet. People only do that when someone dies.
We died.
Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not get lost and trapped inside. Silly superstition, of course.
Well, let's remove the
We
covers.
live in the age of science where there's no room for this nonsense.
I'm sure there's room for this nonsense when you find out you're dead. Yeah,
What is this? Where is my reflection? I can't see myself.
you're a vampire, of course.
Must be a trick mirror.
Nope, you're a vampire. Right, upstairs we go. It's another painting
Eerie.
with no face. Can't study it as we don't have enough science. Fine, we might have...
This is unbearable.
We might have been better off diversifying our
dog.
skills.
I can get through this.
I'm not sure.
I just need to look straight ahead.
Thankfully it's dusk, so we should be able to go outside.
Give me strength, no matter what is on the other side. What in heavens is all this?
Chapter 1, Higher Society.
I will make sense of all this later. Something is wrong. My head is spinning. I feel the floor slipping from under my feet.
Would you look at her? How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's manor in such a filthy outfit?
She must be a nihilist. It's spreading all over the country like a plague.
You two don't know what you're talking about. It's the latest rage in Paris now. The dirtier, the better.
You're all being eaten alive. All of you. Okay. Can't look at our journal.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital.
You lucky devil. I've been stuck here for years. I swear, I'd dull my fangs just to spend a night in the city.
Oh, these are vampires too. Fine.
Miss, are you alright?
Clearly
Mind your own
not.
business, Petya. It's rude to stare at a lady.
Sorry.
We're clearly not alright, are we? You two look like vampires if ever I saw one. We'll come back to you guys later. We'll speak to the other kind of, I think, minor guests first, but it definitely seemed to me like you guys were very vampiric looking. And nothing from you guys. Or from you. Can't seem to get past that way, so we have to go all the way back round. We do look a little bit like a ghost, admittedly. I'm guessing the Countess might be these... might be this person here, because they look very luxuriously dressed.
I know it's not ideal, Countess Orlova, but I'm afraid there is not much we can do at this point.
How did I guess?
Of course now there bloody isn't. The right time to act was last week. I don't understand where this influx of product is coming from. It's undercutting our prices. Where were you when I... Who is this creature? Darling, you look like a little domovoy. Come over here. I don't bite.
Yes you do, you're a vampire.
Hello?
Let's just introduce ourselves. Let's not be too apologetic.
I'm Liza.
You must be the doctor's new apprentice. Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
I am.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you. How typical. No surprise with the men around here. Hussar, why is she in such a state?
She was not supposed to wake.
Hussar, be a darling and show this young lady around once she's decent.
As you wish, madam. If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony. You can find me there.
You're excused.
Hussar's been unlocked in the relationship
If I
now.
recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here, drink this.
Thank you.
Blood.
May I ask what this is?
It's blood.
If you know too much, you'll grow old sooner.
It's blood, surely.
Trust me, it will lift your spirits.
There we go. Drink the blood.
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious. It's sweet and thick and tastes like cherry and wild strawberries.
Is that what blood tastes like? That's phenomenal.
Thank you. I do feel a lot better all of a sudden.
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs. There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom. Consider this my welcome gift.
Thank you kindly, madam.
Oh, I've forgotten her name. Oh, that's awful. Orlova?
Madam Orlova.
You're welcome, child. Now off you go, change and mingle. Time is money.
Oh, we got it right, thank goodness. When you are healthy, hold shift to increase your walk pace. Oh goodness, that's much quicker. Change into an evening dress. Presumably through here.
Goodness, this must be the dress the Countess was talking about. Such an ornate Western style. It must cost a small fortune. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown, but this is just too much. I can't ruin such beauty with dirt. I better wash up first.
Fine, we can do that. Here we
Another
go.
cloth on a mirror. Something bad must have happened.
No, you're all vampires. Let's wash up without the mirror. Let's be sensible. I think we catch on a lot quicker than
That should do it, hopefully.
than Liza is. Right. Put on the dress.
Goodness, this must be such an I want nothing more than to...
Here we go, put the dress on. Oh, interesting. That gives us more skill in history and politics, because we're wearing a Western-style kind of formal gown. That's clever.
Perfect. Fits like a glove.
Okay. Again, experience points. Excellent. Not ready to rank up just yet, though, but we are doing better with our skills now. I need to talk with the Tsar.
I still don't know what's happening here. Or at least I hope I don't.
I feel like you're very slow to
Delaying the
catch on,
inevitable
Liza.
is just tying my stomach in knots. I need to find that young man and learn the truth.
Is that a child or a doll?
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Because
you
you're
heard the
a vampire?
rumors about Count Kaminsky?
Not lately. Do tell.
They say that he found himself a young human lady and fell in love like a schoolboy. Apparently they got so close, he even confessed to her his true nature.
You don't say.
Yes, and the best part is, she is completely fine with it. He doesn't even have to enchant her anymore.
Fascinating. The world just gets madder and madder every day, doesn't it?
Yeah. I find it fun.
I just never know what to say to humans. If I'm honest, I find them all a little dull.
That's not fair of you to say, Margarita. It's not their fault that they don't have the advantages of eternal life.
I know. And don't get me wrong, some of my best friends are human. Sometimes I just wish we could convert them all and give them the proper life. But you just can't help everyone.
Liza, I feel like at this point, if you haven't caught on, that's on you.
Please tell me you have some good news for me. It's been 2 weeks since the last Cabernet shipment. The clientele is very unhappy.
I did manage to get in touch with the vendor. He says the conditions for harvesting are getting even worse, thus the interruption. We did reach an agreement though. They are happy to continue. But from now on, it'll be an extra 5 coins per bottle.
Oh, thank goodness. At this point, honestly, whatever it takes. Another week and the Countess would have fried me.
Maybe I should have taken those 5 coins. Let's go speak to Hussar out on the balcony, but I really feel like we should know by now. Hello, Hussar. Action point. Some actions Liza performs take time. These interactions will be marked with a special stopwatch symbol. Each night, Liza can spend up to 3 action points. Once the action is complete, an action point will be taken, and the knight will move into the next phase. Fine.
Good evening, Hussar.
Ah, there's our belle of the ball. Liza, right? You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
Yep.
I wish I could return the compliment, but you look quite pale and dreary. Must be from all that tobacco.
No, it's from being a vampire.
Huh. I like a lady with a sharp tongue. However, I'm afraid my paleness doesn't come from smoking. Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now, haven't you?
Surely, yes. I don't want to guess. I mean, I know we're vampires, but we don't have literature 8, so we can't.
I'd rather not guess. Please, just tell me straight. Who are you?
Simply, we are vampires.
The mirror. That's
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just fine.
Am I dead?
Does this mean I'm dead?
Well, surely, yes.
Dead, alive, who the hell cares? Trust me, Liza, you just won the lottery.
And move on. Defense mechanism, science, no. My family.
What about my family? When can I see them?
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that. It's true, too.
I can't just leave them like this. They have to know I'm all right.
Look, I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit another time.
Sounds very sensible. And your name?
Countess calls you Hussar. What's your real name?
At this point, I've been called that far longer than my real name. Just call me that.
All right. Hussar it is.
Liza may remember this in the future. Or I may remember it in the future, more likely.
I have so many questions.
See, that's what I was afraid of. Theory is not my forte. I'm a proponent of learning by doing. Why don't you go talk the ears off some other guests while I finish smoking in peace? After that, I can show you what it's really like to be one of us.
Very well.
I suppose I can do that. Could you at least tell me a little bit about the people, the guests in there?
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own.
So if we have more history, we could say, oh, the Countess would be happy that we don't know.
All right, then.
We don't have the
I'll go
skills.
see if someone can actually help me.
Meh.
All right. Thank you kindly. I'll be back soon enough.
No rush, please.
Okay, talk with Hussar, but it's now midnight, no longer dusk. And we gain more experience points. Find out what's happening. So, socialise with the guests. Let's start here. No, you're not a real person.
I do actually have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good opportunity strikes. You never know. Look into her eyes. Doesn't she look alive to you? Like she's going to blink?
Absolutely not.
Yes, well... Apologies.
Petya.
Petya. We should probably go and discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'd love to meet her as...
Petya, I feel like you're not doing very well for yourself.
I don't know how, but I can just sense that he is not one of us. Such a strange feeling. Attraction? No, but something very similar. He is most certainly human.
I'm not sure about that. He's got a very creepy doll.
Oh, hello. It's you, lady in the nightgown. How are you feeling? I was really worried.
Much better. Thank you. I'm Liza, by the way.
I don't know the creepy doll.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my illness.
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here, just all very busy. The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
Let's not talk about Matilda.
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and saw some real potential in my work. She said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it, and you didn't have to ask me twice.
I see. How is pitching going so far?
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
You are an optimistic guy, aren't you, Petya?
My mother used to say that my hope will be the death of me. But what's the point of living if you don't believe in people and yourself?
You may be right about that. At least I truly hope you are.
And Matilda.
Did you say you're selling dolls?
And making them, yes.
I see you have one with you. May I take a look?
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. I'd love to get some honest feedback.
It's a little creepy.
What do you think?
It's not hideous, but it's not beautifully either. It needs a bit of work.
It looks promising. It might need a little polish, but I'm sure it will get there.
Thank you. It's always great to hear some objective thoughts. It is still a prototype, and rest assured, I will keep working on it till it's perfect.
I have no doubt of that.
You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy. My father always called this foolishness, among other things. Said it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him otherwise.
I'm sorry. That must have been tough.
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. Just you wait. My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something special, and it's never wrong.
I should go.
Best of luck with everything, Petya. Hope everything works out with the Countess.
Thank you, Liza. You're very kind.
Petya's bio has been updated, so is he a human? Status alive, yeah. Was the Countess is undead, so Petya's a human, fine. Anything more from you? Doesn't look like it.
Have you tried the Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay, you look like someone important.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before.
I'm Liza. Good evening to you, too.
You don't sound so sure. Is it really a good one for you?
You're right. If I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. My advice is always be honest, unless you absolutely can't be. In the end, it does make everyone feel better.
That's a good piece of advice.
Stick with me, lovely. I'm chock full of them.
Countess's wine.
I couldn't help but overhear that you are a wine expert?
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must come by.
You'd be surprised, my dear, and mildly disappointed. I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a round of something nice.
I'll make sure to visit.
Okay, side quests. So, besides experiencing the main story, Liza is encouraged to explore town and meet other characters. Depending on the character, Liza may need to meet some certain criteria, such as specific skill or morality levels, in order to start or continue with their quests. Fine.
Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the Countess gave me? I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't really wine, was it?
No.
It was not. Cabernet was sort of our code word for blood, so we don't shock any innocents. And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works, isn't it?
Yes. Funny.
And any advice for a new vampire?
Arbin, I've only just been turned, and all of this is very new to me. May I trouble you for some advice?
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
My father, what? She said be honest, let's be honest.
Yes. My father. Wine, vodka, anything he can drink, really. You aren't clairvoyant, are you?
Everyone becomes a little clairvoyant if they live long enough and pay attention. I saw you drinking that glass earlier, and I think you should be careful around it, my dear.
Alcohol's my father's problem. It isn't mine.
You're not drinking alcohol, you're drinking blood.
It's not just alcohol you should be concerned about. You can keep away from it if you want. Blood, however, you will now have to drink, whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Demons are hereditary, my dear. Always remember that.
Okay.
Well, I should get going.
Good luck. I have a feeling we'll see each other soon.
Thanks, Arbin. And there's the lady in the yellow dress, who Hussar was talking about, if I remember correctly.
Come on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
My lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like, too much fun for the night.
Fine. Get lost then. Be on your merry way. Who knew that the second time I die would be of boredom?
I want to have a look at the literary term. Is it Russian roulette as the normal one? As in, like, the Russian roulette I'm aware of? Yes, extremely over chance. And I want to see what literary salon is. Yeah, literary salon, fine. Hello there, madam.
Now, would you look at this pretty picture? I could barely recognize you from before. Where did you get this dress?
It's a gift from the Countess. She is very generous.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
Liza, it's a pleasure.
Advice to a new vampire.
So, I've just been turned today.
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. Thrilling, even. I'm envious, really.
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure how to process all this yet. What does one even do with this? Being dead, drinking blood, who knows what else?
Same thing anyone around here does. Masticating plain eternity day after day. Spicing it up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we? What else is there to lose?
I'm sure there's something.
Do you fancy a round?
Maybe some other time.
Suit yourself.
And the young man from
May
earlier.
I ask who was the young man you talked with earlier?
Who, Petya? Why? Are you interested?
Oh, I thought it was Hussar they were on about. I've got that wrong.
Goodness, no. I was just making conversation.
Don't be shy. We're not attached. Petya is human. I picked him up at the town market. He is a salesman. A ridiculously bad one at that.
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn.
A turn for what?
To spice up the eternity.
Eternity.
So, it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live. But then again, few do.
Does this mean that we can't stop existing?
Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side, do you consider your existence more valuable?
I suppose so, but I'm not really sure.
I suppose infinite time does add some gravity to it.
I see. In that case, how would you compare the value of your new existence to, say, Petya's?
I would say equal. We're doing different things on different time frames.
What a strange question. They are equally important, of course.
Fair enough. Still, it's an interesting thought experiment, isn't it?
Indeed.
And we'll move on.
Excuse me. I think someone is calling for me.
Is someone calling for you? Or do we go back to Hussar now? So we can visit Armin at her salon. Yeah, return to Hussar. I presume he's still smoking on the balcony. Yes, indeed he is.
Good timing. I just finished up.
Yes, how lucky.
Don't be snappy, Liza. Smoking is an important routine for a soldier. Can't be interrupted.
Again, we can't talk much about history because we don't have the skill in it.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
The shoulder
Who
burn.
ended up letting me out of the chamber?
If I'm honest, I haven't the foggiest idea. I thought you knew.
Well, I don't. And whoever it was gives me the goosebumps. On top of everything, I ended up promising them a favor and felt a bad burn on my shoulder right after that. Do you know what it could possibly be?
Let me take a look. Oh, brother.
What? What is it?
It could be nothing, really. No need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor when you see him, alright?
Alright.
That doesn't sound good.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Other creatures.
Vampires are real. Does this mean other fairy tales are?
You'll have to be more specific than that.
Rusalkas? Domovoys? Ghosts?
Yes, no, yes. We'll spend all night here if we keep talking about flora and fauna. If you want my advice, focus on yourself first. That always ends up working for me.
It's not inherently bad advice.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
And the basement.
What is going on in the basement of the manor? It's absolutely terrifying down there.
Oh yes, the basement. If I were you, I would just forget all about it.
Excuse me?
All I know is that Countess conducts her business and she doesn't enjoy people meddling in it.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first place?
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but it appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it, may I ask?
Let's not focus on casting blame, shall we? I say all's well that ends well.
I'm not sure I agree.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
No.
I suppose that's it for the time being.
Perfect. If you don't mind me asking, what do you make of all this? I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom. Learned a little more about what it's like to be one of us.
We can't keep an open mind because of our science is low. I'm dead.
Well, for starters, I'm still dead, apparently. Dead.
Get over it already. What's even the difference between being dead or alive? You can walk, you can talk, what else do you need?
What about my immortal soul?
See, I know you're that type, getting all bogged down in the details. It's a minor inconvenience, really, for everything that you get in return.
And what do we get in return?
Eternity.
Alright. Have you read Thunderstorm?
Nope.
I'm not so sure. Why?
Well, unlike Katerina in the play, you no longer need to wonder why people can't fly.
Ooh, he's a bat.
How did you do that?
By sheer will, Liza. It's very simple.
How were you even talking with me in such a state?
That's yet another benefit of being one of us. We can project our thoughts into people's minds. I prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Why don't you do it all the time, then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident.
That's fair enough.
Now, why don't you try it? Let's see what kind of bat you are.
You've unlocked a new ability. Hold right click to access vampire abilities and turn into a bat. Bat shifting.
Goodness!
Isn't this a hoot? Come on, I'll show you around.
Bat indicates in the bottom left of the screen informs whether bat shifting is currently possible. To land on in bat shape, descend on a surface from above until a landing circle appears beneath you. Okay. Let's land. There we go.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
I'm back to being a bat. There we go. I don't know where he's gone.
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
All this talk about death, but Don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now?
Who are you? Can I land? Liza can turn bat at any time, provided she is in an appropriate environment and not a human's direct sight. The bat indicator in the bottom left corner of the screen shows whether Liza is able to transition at a particular moment. So yeah, we can't turn one in front of a conscious human, fine.
Shh. There. Look.
If only I have 3 coins to my name, then I'd show 'em. They'd all see.
Is this what you wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
Why do I get the feeling we have to kill this chap and drink his blood?
What I wanted to show you is how to use your new powers.
Yep.
Meet Trophime. He is the Countess's former serf, now custodian and coachman. Among other things, he makes sure no one goes in or out of here without her permission. Important man. Now, come with me.
I was going to hope we could just walk off the edge, but apparently not.
How is life, Trophime?
My lord, is that you? Or the bottle you gave me? Highest quality. Much obliged.
I can see that. It's nearly empty already. All right, enough pleasantries. Watch this.
Ooh.
What happened to him? Is he all right?
He is fine. We call this enchantment.
Enchantment?
What does enchantment do, exactly?
It makes people tranquil. While they are in trance, they don't feel pain or have a clear memory of what happened.
So they don't remember anything once they're enchanted?
Not quite. They may not remember what happened, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
Sounds like a subject for some awkward conversations.
You don't know the half of it yet. You'll see.
And who does it work on?
Does this mean you can just come up to anybody and make them tranquil?
In theory, but it's not quite that simple. Firstly, they have to like you, an important condition. Without it, the charm won't work. Secondly, you should only do it to humans.
So it doesn't work on other vampires?
I didn't say that.
There
are rumors that the best of the best can indeed enchant their own kind. But I don't even know if the Countess has that kind of power. Besides, this would certainly not be considered ethical by our vampire brothers and sisters.
I bet they wouldn't mind to have that power, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
And how do I enchant someone?
So, how do I enchant someone? I don't know if I can whistle like you.
Don't worry, whistling is just for me. It's like a cure for the hiccups. Everybody has their own way. When you need it, it will come to you.
Very well.
So why would you want to enchant someone?
To drink their blood?
I thought you might ask that. There are 2 main reasons. 1. People in a trance are easily suggestible. You can use that to influence their thoughts and opinions.
Will they do anything I say?
When you say influence their thoughts, does this mean they will do anything I say?
Only within reason, of course, especially when you are a beginner. Impression is a delicate art and takes a lot of practice.
And, I mean, it sounds unethical, but we're vampires, so let's just move past that.
And what is the second reason?
I think you already know.
Yeah, here we go.
What have you done?
I just opened him up for you. Don't worry, he'll be just fine unless we bleed him dry. Come here. It's time for you to learn how to feed.
I don't know if I'm ready.
He's an alcoholic. I doubt he'll even remember.
You're as ready as you'll ever be.
How do I turn?
Just relax and let your instincts take over. It will come naturally.
Okay, you've unlocked a new ability. Change into your true form. Here we go.
My mouth, it's bleeding.
Of course, I forgot to warn you, sorry. Don't worry, it's normal. That happens when your fangs are out for the first time. It will recover in a minute.
So yes, this is where the morality comes into it. I mean, given this is an alcoholic human and it's the tutorial kind of thing, I doubt there'll be much choice we can do here, but I imagine in future ones there may be some extent of, do we persuade people into letting us, bite them or make them more suggestible? That's my guess, really.
His skin smells like wild berries. But not just the smell, the promise of warmth that draws you, the promise of being whole. I want to feel it on my teeth, in my body. No, I can't do this. I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry.
All right. But if the Countess asks, promise you'll say that you've done it. I don't want to get in trouble because you chickened out.
I promise.
Remember, you have to learn to do it to survive. I better get back to my other errands. Don't want to get my tunic wet. Do you remember the way back?
I do. Hussar?
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. I had a rough day and it means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. I ended up having a decent time myself. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
I should get back to the manor and talk with the Countess. I'll process this all later. Where will I live? What's next? There's so much I have to sort out first. But first, Hussar said I can influence someone who is enchanted. I should try it on Trophime.
Vampires have the ability to impress certain things on the subconscious of their victims. In order to do that, approach the enchanted victim in your human form and press left click. Once you see the hypnotism icon, the victim can be hypnotized more than once a day.
Can you hear me, Trophime? Here is something I'd like you to do.
Interesting. Here's some morality for you. So the only thing we can do is make them drink less because of our own humanity is positive. But if we were more nihilistic, we can make them start stealing, or we can make them drink even more, which I'm sure would push Trophim over the edge or cause some other issues. Although I think if we make him drink less, I have a feeling some of the other vampires may not appreciate that. But this is the only thing we can do.
You will start pacing your drinking.
Okay, subconscious has been updated into a bat, and back we go.
What was that?
It was a scream. Maybe it'll be an us, to be honest.
Looks like the banquet is over. Someone is still inside, though. Locked.
Oh dear, Petya. Your doll is there, and they've all got bloody mouths.
I don't understand. How could this even happen?
Did you have no self-control at all?
Petya's dead, isn't he?
What is this?
It's Petya.
My God.
Yep, thought so. It's fine. I'm sure he'll come back as a vampire.
It's Petya's doll, Matilda. This is so unsettling.
Surely Petya being dead is more unsettling.
What the hell happened here?
It's all Victoria's fault. I told her he's almost empty, but she wouldn't listen.
What do you want from me? I was starving, and you two barely left me anything.
Doesn't matter now. We drained the man. Not anywhere, but at the Countess's manor. Someone is gonna fry for this, and it sure as hell won't be me.
Are you mad? No one's gonna be executed for this. He's just a human.
It couldn't be helped, but
That's
it doesn't
tragic,
make it good.
Of course, but accidents happen, don't they?
Easy for you to say. You're not the one who will have to explain this to Liza and the Countess.
That's not my fault.
Come with me, my dear. This is not your mess to sort out.
Too right.
Locked.
Those morons. I knew I couldn't leave them alone with him.
I just can't seem to make sense of it. I talked with Petya not even an hour ago.
I'm so sorry. He didn't need to die today.
What happens now?
What happens now?
Well, the Countess won't like this one bit. I can tell you that much.
Is she sympathetic to humans?
I wouldn't say that. However, she doesn't like murders being linked up to her property.
That's fair enough.
She will find her way out of this, no doubt. But those three in the ballroom, we'll have to see.
Frying
Back
someone.
in the room, they said someone will be fried. What does that mean?
I don't know if you've heard this yet, but we can't be in the sun. It destroys us.
I did read about that in the folk tales.
The stories are true. Sometimes it's used as a form of capital punishment for our kind.
And will they be executed?
What do you think will happen to those three outside?
Murdering a human, sadly, isn't a big crime in our community. I don't think it will come to that. If I had my guess, I'd say they will get their fangs dulled for troubling the Countess. They will grow back after a month or two, but before then, they will have to feed solely on Cabernet, and it isn't cheap.
What if they can't afford it?
They die.
They will just have to find a way. Some take loans, some steal. Without blood, we are like humans without water.
Arbin?
Yes?
Do you know what will happen to me now? I don't even know who I am anymore. What do I do? Where do I live?
I understand it's not an easy day. We all went through this at some point. All the answers will come at the right time. For now, you just need to wait it out till someone sends for you.
I must admit, I feel quite restless.
Listen, not many of us might say this to you, so I want to do it. Being one of us doesn't just mean hurting people for your own benefit. It doesn't have to be. To me, it means that I have an eternity to become better, learn from my mistakes, absorb the knowledge about the world.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
You know, the Countess has a wonderful library over here. Why don't you grab a book and use this time to learn something new? Perfection comes in little steps.
It means a lot.
Thank you for all your help and kindness, Arbin. It feels really good to have a friend around here.
I know it can't be easy for you right now in all this madness. It's hard to adjust. I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Here, I want you to have this.
Ooh, small vial with blood. Sustains you for a day.
This should give you a little boost when you need it. Clear your head. It's not going to last long, but it will give you a little peace of mind for the time being. I should go now, my dear. You know where to find me. Next time, a drink at my bar is on me.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Free blood, why not? You can read books to pass time and increase knowledge stats. So on completion, literature and writing up, music and arts up, history and politics up. We'll read a chapter of this, why not? Okay, back we go.
My fault. Stop blaming me for everything.
I should see what all this ruckus is about.
I feel like someone's had their fangs dulled, as was mentioned. You'll make choices in Cabernet, some of little and some of big consequence. You'll not always know which one is which. Some of these consequences will be marked on the screen by the arrow symbol.
They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it. My God, what happened here?
Idiots being punished for their own stupidity.
Did you kill them?
Fangs dulled?
I took that snake's fangs out. We'll see how she does now.
Oh, not even dulled. Taken out.
I wasn't sure what to do when I saw him, but then I thought about something you said earlier.
Really? What was it?
Oh, when we said our lives had equal worth. So what we said has influenced this conversation. That's really cool.
That mortal life has the same value as eternal existence. I don't know if it's true, but it certainly helped me find my rage. Still, this isn't going to bring him back.
What an eventful night.
That was some night, wasn't it?
You'll be surprised by how quickly you get used to all this nonsense. You must be curious about what happens to you now.
I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
The way it works is that you get assigned to the one who turned you for the apprenticeship. I believe you are the doctor's disciple.
I don't really remember much before I woke up. He was a traveling doctor that came to the city, wasn't he? He was a vampire?
He certainly was. It will all come back eventually. Don't worry about it now. Countess has a coachman, Trophime. He will take you to the doctor's place in town. He is rough around the edges, but you can learn a lot from him.
May I speak with the Countess herself?
You need to be a little more important for that to happen. Trust me, she'll send for you soon. She has errands for us all. You will be no exception.
Very well. Understood.
I understand.
Good girl. You should go. Trophime will be waiting for you, and the sun is not getting any lower.
Right.
I've unlocked the door by the balcony. It'll lead you to the stairs and outside.
Very well.
Hey, Liza?
Yes?
Never mind.
No? So we don't have the relationship with her. I'm curious what our relationship is at with her. It's at 50. So if we made some different choices, we might have been able to bring her on side, but maybe not this time.
All right then.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, could you please take this ugly doll with you? I can't keep looking into its dead eyes.
Does it remind you of Petya?
Just take it with you, please.
Fine.
All right. I will.
Thanks.
Let's take the doll with us.
I swear it just blinked.
Favourite creation of deceased Petya. I'm not sure how to feel about the Matilda doll, to be honest. Anyway, let's go through the door. And there we go. Cabernet, the demo. I really enjoyed that. It's nice to play something a different type of game that I normally play, such as strategy or action. I really quite enjoyed that, and I enjoyed that my choice to talk about humans and vampires as being equal actually influenced what happened to that person who killed Petia, to that vampire who killed Petia. That's a really neat kind of outcome. Really enjoyed this. Link down in the description. Maybe I'll look at this further in the future, because I think it's pretty good actually. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.